What's up, everybody? Anton Crowley here from dropshiplifestyle.com, and in today's video, I am going to be sharing with you some pay-per-click advertising tips, specifically 7 steps that you can use to be successful with Google Ads. These are things that I think every single advertiser should know, whether or not you're already advertising on Google Ads or you're just thinking about it. But before I share my screen and we get into this, I do want to let you know that on this channel on YouTube, I post new videos at least every Monday and Thursday. Typically now we're even adding in extra ones on Friday. So if you want the best tips just like this on e-commerce and dropshipping and how to grow a highly profitable semi-automated online store, I highly recommend you click that subscribe button. That way you'll get notified every time a new training just like this comes out. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get straight into the 7 steps. The first one isn't related to Google Ads at all, but it's necessary before you even think about setting up a Google Ads account. And that is, what is your offer? When people click your future ads that you're going to be creating, where are they going? Is it going to be to a physical product page? Is it going to be to a digital product? Is it going to be to a lead gen form or to a blog post? Where are you sending those people? And you probably already know that, but now is the time to start asking yourself some questions about that piece of content or about that page. First, is it already optimized for conversions? Because you don't want to pay to send anybody to a website if it's not set up already to be the best it can be. So make sure your pages are optimized first. Next, you want to think about, is it something that people actually want? Again, you don't want to waste money trying ads if the thing you have to offer, that link you want to send people to, isn't actually wanted by people on the internet. So again, make sure the demand is there before you put time and money into ads. Now, the next thing you want to ask is the place you're sending people somewhere that actually provides value? And that value could be by having a product for sale. That's definitely valuable. But is it a good offer? If you're sending people to a blog post or a lead gen form to build up your audience, do you have the best thing that you're asking them to put their email in for? Is it actually worth their time? If it's a blog post you want to send people to build up a big remarketing audience, is that blog post the best post on whatever subject it is? These are things that people often ignore, but you want to make sure that you have a very good offer before, again, you even set up your Google Ads account. Some other things you want to check out with your offer and the specific page is it actually fast? Does it load? Is it fast enough for anybody that sees the link to click it and have it actually appear on their phone or their computer? And what I want you to do is take the URLs that you want to send traffic to, go to Google Page Speed Insights. It's a free tool. I'll link it below. Put in that URL, see what score Google gives you back. And if they're telling you that there's errors on your page or it needs to be improved, make those improvements first. Now, one more final thing with the offer before you actually set this up is make sure that it is compliant with Google's terms of service. Google does have restricted categories that you can't send ads to, so make sure your product or your offer is not in one of those categories, or else you might lose your Google account. And also make sure your page is compliant with Google. And that just means things like having a privacy policy and using some of the verbiage that Google asks for. So really easy to find out what that is. It sounds complicated, but it's not. Just go on Google and search for Google Ads compliance, and you'll see the terms of service that you need to add to your privacy policy page to make sure that your website is 100% ready to go and you can move on to the next step. So now that you have an offer and you know everything's compliant and you know it's not restricted, it's time to move on to step number 2, and that is deciding what type of campaign you want to run, because Google is a very big platform and Google Ads doesn't just allow you to create one type of ad. So let's go through some of your options that you'll see when you're in there. The first one is what are known as search text ads. Now, this is what people see when they go to google.com and they search for whatever it is they're searching for. And then on the first page of Google results, you'll see on the top of the screen the actual Google ads, the paid ones, above all the organic listings. Those you would set up through a Google search campaign. So Google search text ads are best when you already know what keywords make you money. For example, if you already have Google Analytics installed on your website, which you should, and you get a whole bunch of traffic and you can see wow, when people search for this specific term and they find my website, they actually buy or they become a lead or they do whatever it is I want them to do. And if you find yourself in that scenario where you have that data, you should use Google search text ads because you already know what keywords make you money. So you can just leverage that information by using that when setting up your ads. Now, the next ad type that you should definitely consider setting up is what's known as Google Shopping ads. So I'm just going to write shopping up here. Again, these are created through your Google Ads account. But the way this works is somebody would go on Google, they would search for whatever it is they're searching for, and then on their screen, in addition to the normal search text ads, the normal organic results, they're going to see images of different products, the products ideally that they searched for. Not only that, they're going to see product prices and they're going to see store names. So what's great about these ads is that if you're selling physical products, you should definitely be using them because when set up correctly, you're literally getting people that are searching for what you're selling, that are seeing the product image, that are seeing the price before they ever click it. So that is a very targeted search query, and that is something you definitely want to leverage if you have an e-commerce store. Now, in addition to just appearing there in the sidebar of a Google search result, there's also a little tab that you might notice at the top of Google after you search for something that says shopping. And if you run shopping ads, your physical products will appear there as well. So let's move on to the third campaign type that you might want to consider running. And this is what's known as a display ad. And a display ad is basically an image. Think of it as a banner. So maybe someone is on CNN.com and they're scrolling through and they're reading a bunch of fake news. And then there is an ad here and it has whatever image the advertiser uploaded. And maybe it has a little button on it that says click here. And when somebody clicks that image, that is an ad that was set up through Google Display Network. Again, it's an ad type that you can set up in Google Ads. Now, with this campaign type, this is what you'd want to use if you're trying to create something that would reach a very wide and very broad audience. We'll talk about targeting in a future step of this video, but these are things that, let's just say you created a top 10 list, right? Let's say you sold stand-up paddle boards and you made a post, top 10 stand-up paddle boards for the summer of 2021, and you wanted a bunch of people to see that and click that, then this is the type of campaign you would want to use there. Now, the next option that you're going to have and that you should consider is a video ad. So you might know this, but Google actually owns YouTube. So through Google Ads, you can create campaigns that are run on YouTube. I really am a big fan of YouTube ads, but they're definitely not for everybody. The only time I would suggest considering this is if you already have a YouTube channel and you make videos already and you're comfortable with it and you actually have an audience that reacts to your videos and people like them, because then that means you are comfortable enough to make them, and it means you already have kind of a built-up audience, and it means you could probably leverage video ads profitably. The other time that video ads make sense is if you have a product that is best demonstrated to be sold, something that maybe just a static image doesn't do it for. So what's cool about these video ads is they're the ones that play before videos. When you try to watch whatever it is you want to watch, you see a video playing, it says click to skip. Most people click to skip, but a lot of people also click them and buy. So if you had a product, again, you wanted to demonstrate, you can have an unboxing, maybe a customer review, something like that. And then in the video ad, there would be a little button that said, click here. And when the person clicked that, it would take them to your website. So again, depending on what your goal is, then that's going to depend on what type of campaign you want to set up. Google search text ads, that's what you want to set up if you already have keyword data historically in your Google Analytics account. You know what keywords already lead to sales and conversions for you, and then you can leverage that data there. With shopping, if you're selling physical products at all that aren't restricted by Google, you should be running a Google shopping campaign. Display ads, again, they're great if you have a piece of content that you want to reach a broad audience. And video ads are great if you already have videos that you create, you already have a YouTube channel, or you have a product that's best sold by being demonstrated in a video format. So the third step to success with advertising on Google Ads is targeting. And based on what type of campaign you're going to be setting setting up, the way that you actually want to target people does change. And there's many different options. So what I'm going to share with you in this video is kind of just what works best in each scenario. If you want to see, by the way, how to set this up, like literally step by step in each campaign type, I would highly recommend you enroll in Dropship Lifestyle, which is my coaching program. But if you're not ready for that yet, you just want a free training that goes more in depth, be sure to go to dropshipwebinar.com. I'm also going to post a link to that in the description below. But for now, let's get into some of the fundamentals of targeting in each campaign type. So with search text ads, when you're setting these up, you can choose what keywords you want to appear for. But very important when you're setting up these, what I want you to do is only use phrase match or exact match. Because a mistake a lot of people make with search text ads is they just, let's say they're selling stand-up paddleboards, they'll enter the keyword stand-up paddleboards, and then you have any variation of that. So somebody that searched for stand-up paddleboards San Diego, stand-up paddleboard rental, stand-up paddleboard video, all these different variations of things that wouldn't lead people to buy. That's why, like I mentioned, you want to know what your buying keywords are before you set these up, because then you can do an exact match. And the keyword that you bid on could be something like stand-up paddleboard, model number 1234, 8 feet long, right? I'm making that up, obviously, but if that was a keyword that made you money, you can bid only on that specific variation, or you can do a phrase match that has most of those keywords in it. And that way you can be sure that your ad spend is being best spent. So again, if you're going to use Google search text ads, use phrase match or exact match keywords. Now for shopping ads, it's a little bit different because we don't get to actually input keywords. With shopping ads, we use something called Google Merchant Center. And with Google Merchant Center, it basically pulls in all of our products from our online stores, and the keywords that we appear for are based on our product catalog. So it pulls keywords from our product titles, from our descriptions. It basically decides what should show where. Now, with that being said, I know that can sound scary because it's like, well, what if it doesn't get the right keywords? It usually does, but there's always going to be opportunity to improve these. So what you want to do as far as targeting goes with shopping is get your full product catalog up there and then watch as you start to get impressions and clicks and sales, and you'll be able to see a list of keywords that you are appearing for. And what you need to do, this is very important with Google Shopping ads, is look for the ones that are not making you money or that are not related and add them as negative keywords to your Google Shopping campaign. So that example I just gave, somebody searching for stand-up paddleboard rentals. Well, you're a retail store, you don't sell them, you don't rent them. So what are you going to do? You're going to add the keyword rental as a negative keyword. You'll never appear for that again in a Google Shopping campaign. Very important for making this work. Now, moving on for targeting for display ads. Remember, the ones that are images that we want to reach a broad audience. What I like to do here for targeting in Google is use placements, and I like to choose URLs of sites that have my audience. That's right, sites with my audience. So what's cool is there are a ton of websites on the internet that make money by having what's known as Google AdSense on their websites. So basically these websites like the NewYorkTimes.com, even eBay, Wayfair, tons of websites, they have ad spots on their website, but those ad spots are all managed through Google and they're Google display ads. So let's just say you were selling surfboards and you found some huge surfing website where they have your customers. You can go into your Google Ads account, and when you make a Google display campaign and you're choosing targeting, you can choose placements and you can type in the URLs of the websites that you want your ads to appear on. That way you can be super targeted, super relevant, and that's definitely what you want to do when it comes to display ads. Now, the next thing we should talk about when it comes to targeting, obviously, is video ads. And here we do something that so many people don't do, and it works amazing. And that is retarget search queries. Not of people that visited our website, just people that searched for something. So this is crazy. It probably rolled out like maybe a year and a half ago. But what this allows you to do inside of your Google ad account is create audiences. So basically segments of people, and you can create audiences of people that have searched for specific keywords on google.com. So if you're following along here, you know, again, you have, let's say, your buying keywords from your analytics. You can take that keyword, you can make an audience in Google Ads of people that have searched for it on Google. Now, these people could have never clicked your website before. They could have clicked a competitor's website. They could have not clicked anything. It doesn't matter. They simply searched for it before on Google. And again, because Google owns YouTube, the data is shared. So we can literally retarget these search queries and show people videos that are promoting our products or our brands or our content for the first time they ever saw us, but we already know they're in our market because they've searched for these things before. So this is definitely what you want to do if you are running YouTube ads. So this moves us right into step number 4, which is where you choose your bidding strategy. Now, Google gives you a ton of different ways to bid and how to try to optimize. And at the top level, it will say, do you want to use automated bidding or do you want to use manual bidding? Well, automating bidding is great once you have a lot of account history. Once you already know, again, which keywords and ads and campaigns are making you money. And more importantly, once Google knows that by sending you traffic and seeing conversions, then you can use automated bidding and they can do a really good job of keeping your numbers within KPI, keeping your profitability where you want it to be. But if you have a new account or you don't have many conversions yet, you do not want to use automated bidding. You want to use manual so you have that control over all of your different campaigns. That way you can not overspend. That way you can monitor your numbers more closely. And that way you can personally make the decisions of what you want to increase your ad spend on, what you want to cut it on. And then again, as your business grows in the future, maybe one day you do want to revisit automated, but in the beginning, do not use automated bidding as your bid strategy. So that moves us right into step number 5, and that is to make sure you are tracking conversions. This isn't hard to do, but what you need to do is link your Google ad account to your Google Analytics account. Make sure you have enhanced e-commerce tracking turned on, and make sure that you have conversion events for sales on your store or leads or whatever it is that you're trying to get. That way, as these clicks start to come in, you'll be able to actually see in real time which campaigns and which ads are making you money and which ones are losing you money. You need that data from day one so that you can make actionable decisions and actually help your ad account grow. And that actually brings us right into the next step, which is step 6, and that is to audit your ad account regularly. Now, I personally do this. I do this every single week for our businesses. Depending on how much traffic you have or how many sales you have, you might want to do it more or less. But what I mean by auditing is going in to Google Ads and looking at all of your campaigns. Look at them in the time period for however long since before the last time you checked. Look at your numbers. Are your costs going up? Are your costs going down? Are they staying consistent? Are sales going up? Are sales going down? Are they staying consistent? And if you see that things are shifting, not the way you want, then you need to figure out what went wrong and make decisions and make improvements really to get numbers back to where they need to be. So some examples of things you might find is that maybe there's more or there's less competition. Maybe you'll find that there is a broken link somewhere in your ad account. Maybe you'll find that there's just ad fatigue and you've been running the same ad for a long time and a bunch of people have already seen it and now they're going blind to it. So you just need to refresh your creatives and make new ads. But the only way you're going to know this stuff is by auditing your own ad account, and I highly recommend you do this regularly. Okay, so that brings us right into step number 7 for success with Google Ads, and that is to make sure you have remarketing campaigns. Now, like we talked about up here with all of these are what's known as top of funnel. Okay, so I'll just write here TOFU, that stands for top of funnel. And what that means is they're bringing in qualified people that don't know you yet, they haven't done business with you yet. It's basically cold traffic. And what's gonna happen is they're all gonna come to your store. So let me see, I'll make this smaller. They're all gonna come, they're gonna land on your store. And ideally, they're all going to buy or become a lead or, again, do whatever the goal is that you have for them. But the truth is, they're not all going to do that. So you need to make sure that they don't forget about you. And to do that, we use remarketing on Google Ads. So the 2 campaigns that I recommend you use for your remarketing ads are display, like we talked about above, and video, if you're comfortable with it. Now, the reason we want to do this is because what we're going to do on Google is create an audience of everybody that visited our website but didn't complete a purchase. And when they leave and they go onto whatever website they're on, they're going to start to see display ads. So we're going to make banners banner ads, image ads, like we talked about up here, that say, hey, you forgot to check out, or hey, did you know we're offering 5% off, or whatever that message is. But as soon as they leave the website without purchasing, because we're making this custom audience, they're going to be seeing these specific display ads that bring them back to make sure we don't just lose that person forever. Now, the same thing is going to happen with video ads. Again, if you're comfortable with video ads, they can be very simple. You can film it even on your phone. You could just say something like, hey, this is Anton from antonstore.com or antonsblog.com. Realized that you were on our site, but you didn't complete your purchase, or realized you didn't download your free resource on the top 10 paddleboards for 2021. Just wanted to let you know this offer is still available. I'm going to post a link. Click it below. It'll take you back to the page and you can get the thing, whatever it is, right? So it can be super simple like that. It really doesn't matter as far as like production value here, because remember, the people that are seeing these are already super targeted. They just didn't complete that action when they were originally with you. But this right here, setting this up in your Google Ads account, is going to be one of your most profitable campaigns that you're ever going to run. So that's it, guys. Those are the 7 steps for success when advertising on Google Ads. I hope you found this helpful. Again, if you want to see me go deeper into this and like actually show you how we set these up, definitely become a member of my coaching program, Dropship Lifestyle. If you're new and you just want some more information, go to dropshipwebinar.com. And as always, if you got value from this video, please let me know by giving it a like and leaving a comment below. And if you know anybody that would benefit from hearing this message, please do me a favor and share it with them. Like, love to get the word out, obviously. And with that being said, appreciate you. Take care of yourself, stay healthy, make money, and I will talk to you in the next video. See ya. Hey, what's up, guys? Anton here again, and I hope you got some real value out of that video you just watched. If you did, you should definitely check out this one or this video right here. I do 2 new ones every week. You'll see a subscribe button right here. And if you want my free training that is 2.5 hours long of value with 237 niches, click this button right down here. It'll take you to where you need to go.